Gaming can get pretty intense, but not every game needs your undivided attention. If you have your hands full but still want to scratch that gaming itch, there's tons of amazing mobile games you can play with a single hand. From action-packed RPGs to complex strategy titles, these are some of the best games to play with one hand. Marvel Snap. Imagine what it's like having the entire Marvel universe at your fingertips, and you'll have an idea what it's like to play Marvel Snap. It's a fast-paced collectible card game that's perfect for quick play sessions. Decks have only 12 cards and players take turns simultaneously so you can get through a game in no time. Marvel Snap may be streamlined, but it still offers deep strategic play. There's a huge range of cards to choose from, including decks built around destroying your own cards and decks that let you power up the weakest cards in your arsenal. While you can buy card packs, you can also unlock new cards through in-game missions, allowing you to build a deck that's the perfect match for your playstyle. Card games like Marvel Snap are always a great option for single-handed play, but its lightning-fast matches make it the ultimate one-handed card game. This one scores a 9 out of 10 on the one-hand meter. Reigns. What happens when you combine the high-stakes political intrigue of Game of Thrones with Tender? You get Reigns, a medieval strategy game that asks you to make life-and-death decisions by swiping left or right. Will you launch an attack on a neighboring kingdom or leave them be? Do you want to use your resources to feed the hungry or stockpile food for later? Reign asks you to make important choices in a split second, and every decision you make has long-term consequences. While your choices could lead you to an early grave, dying doesn't have to put an end to your fun, because after your ruler dies, you can play as their heir and start a brand new reign. It's the ideal portable strategy game, and there are several versions to choose from, including Reigns, Her Majesty, and Reigns 3 Kingdoms. All you need to do to play Reigns is swipe left or right, so playing it single-handedly is a breeze. We give this a perfect 10 out of 10 on the one-hand meter. Absolutely give that one a try if you haven't already, and subscribe if you haven't already. Shattered Pixel Dungeon. This game is easy to play on the go. Everything in Shattered Pixel Dungeon is done by tapping, whether you're exploring, picking up treasure, or slaying monsters. But it's packed with enough content to keep you busy for hundreds of hours. This addictive and challenging roguelike lets you explore procedural, generated dungeons that are filled with awesome loot and dangerous enemies. Not only do you have to watch out for monsters, but every dungeon contains traps and other hazards, adding an element of danger to each run. One of the best things about Shattered Pixel Dungeon is its class system. There are 5 different playable classes, including the Sturdy Warrior and the Stealthy Rogue. As you progress, you can customize your character by unlocking abilities and choosing a subclass. Thanks to its simple controls, it rates an 8 out of 10 on the one-hand meter. Ultra Blade. In Ultra Blade, the only thing you need to take on endless waves of enemies is your thumb. This action-packed game simplifies hack-and-slash combat, letting you swipe to dodge enemies and unleash powerful attacks with a single tap. When you defeat enemies, they'll drop powerful weapons and items, giving you a chance to customize your loadout and switch up your strategy. While Ultra Blade does have auto attacks, the combat is surprisingly complex and has tons of depth. There are several heroes to choose from, and you'll unlock new powers as you play, making every run addictive and dynamic. Everything in Ultra Blade is done by swiping or tapping, so you can pull off combos and powerful attacks without using both of your hands. We rate this dynamic action game an 8 out of 10 on the one-hand meter. And lastly, The Way Home. The Way Home has a little bit of everything. You'll play as Cheese, an adorable cat that's inspired by one of the developer's pet cats. When Cheese finds himself stranded on a mysterious island with his human, Kevin, he needs to explore dungeons, fight his way through monsters, and gather valuable resources so he can make an escape. Your playtime is split between action-packed dungeon crawling and crafting and building sessions back at your home base. It's a satisfying gameplay loop that gives you a constant sense of progression. The Way Home gives you plenty to do, but it never feels overwhelming. The touchscreen controls make exploration easy, and you even automatically attack enemies when you're in range. This addictive pixel roguelike gets a 9 out of 10 on the one-hand meter. I know what you're thinking. Go ahead, you can download one of these and give them a try whenever you're in bed. Just promise me you'll play it laying sideways and not above your head where you'll drop it on your face like I do. Thanks for watching, and click here to discover 10 addictive idle games to play on mobile when you're busy.